Hey everyone, it's Matthew here with the official SDGC live at PAX West, talking with Joe from Thunder Lotus about Spiritfarer, one of the greatest upcoming indies of this or any generation.
Oh my gosh.
How are you
Thank
doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well now that I've played Spiritfarer. So, for those that might not know that they didn't catch it at the Microsoft conference, what is Spiritfarer about? Let's give like the basics for everyone.
Sure. It's a cozy management game about dying. You play Stella, you're a fairy master to the deceased, and you help people cope with their death and help them pass into the afterlife by helping them grant them their last wishes, basically.
This game, the first thing you notice beyond just the extreme wholesomeness of everything is the visual style and how good everything looks, which I think you might know something about being the art director person of the game. How did you come about this art style?
There was a lot of back and forth with like how to make it simple enough to make without being too simplistic in terms of visual. But a lot of it came from just in terms of how to say that. In terms of traveling, we looked into a lot of travel photos, like what companies actually put out in order to make people dream of going places, and how to capture that and make it into a game that would encourage you to stay on your boat in order to get to more and more places. And a lot of that also, the actual visual of part of it came from the style, came from Yoshida Hiroshi, who's a woodblock print artist. Well, who was, because he's no longer with us. But he did a lot of amazing scenery paintings. And what he did was basically go to every place he ever wanted to visit and paint, sat down in nature and just painted, which was a huge inspiration to me, and just a huge gift in terms of how to capture the beauty of nature in a more simplistic way than a photo would.
Well, if it helps, it has definitely come across.
Thank you.
Because no, this game is just beauty in motion, and I know it's just a demo, but man, I did not want it to stop. But one of the things I'm most curious about is your previous games, Jotun and Sundered. This is a very big departure from what the kind of action-y games you're known for. What was the decision to go into a more calmer nature of a game?
Well, if you noticed, both Jotun and Sundered are about death.
Yes.
So we're a very weirdly death-focused studio. But I think we tried to depart from the death as a mechanic and as a violent thing, and move more into acceptance of death and how it can be a positive thing and not just sad because you've lost someone that you loved, and instead just trying to think about what they left you with, what's their legacy to you, and what they taught you in terms of just values and skills, which is a lot of what the spirits leave you with.
It's I love it because there is such a room for that in this industry. There needs to be other depictions of death for people to experience. It doesn't always have to be an aftermath because of an action sequence.
Yeah.
So thank you for bringing that to the table. What do you have a favorite character yet? Someone that you really hope people will connect with?
Well, we have a hedgehog character coming up, and she's an old lady, and she's a really lovely person.
I think for me, in my brief time on it, it might be Daffodil the cat.
Yeah.
Only
also.
because every time you jumped and the little float is the most adorable animation I've ever encountered. Doesn't even have a line of dialogue, but it was so charming. I immediately latched on.
That's my favorite thing to do as a second character, because I'm always trying to find the highest spot so I can float down as slow as possible.
Is there anything you can tell people about where to follow Spiritfarer and Thunder Lotus so people can follow the progression of the game?
Yeah, actually, on Twitter and Facebook and under Thunder Lotus Games, we're going to be posting a lot of just updates and whenever we decide to announce the final game in 2020.
Nice. And then our final question, because we always save the hardest for last. I'm sorry in advance. In your heart of hearts, if you have to choose, cake or pie?
I think I'll have to go with pie.
This is why your game's going to be amazing. Clearly, it's being made by people with excellent taste.
A few years ago, I would have said cake.
Well, a few years ago, I would have looked at you very sternly.
I'm glad I've evolved then.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Of
I know
course.
you guys have one of the busiest booths here in the Indie Mega booth, so
Yeah,
congratulations.
It's been a little hectic, but it's been fun.
You at least get to be back in the cozy couch
Yeah.
area.
That's been nice. It's just me sitting and feeling bad because everyone else is standing.
Maybe next time. Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you for coming.
Of course.